Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost? While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you.
Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit SCEducationLottery.com.
Wake your ass up, fool. John Jay and Rich. What's crack-a-lackin'? This is the big boss dog, Snoopy Deagle Double Jizzle. Bang, boom, what you gonna do? John Jay and Rich. We're not talking about Ren 1010. We're not talking about Lassie. It's the one and only dog, y'all. The classy, sassy, big Snoop Deagle Double Jizzle. In your face to be, and in the place to be. And you're listening to John Jay and Rich. Wake your ass up, fool.
104.7 KISS FM, John Jay and Rich. Our phone number is 877-937-1047. Our website, johnjayandrich.com. All social media, at John Jay and Rich. You can also text us. Text JJR in your message to 96893. Kyle, what's going on with your son, Easton?
It's kind of really sad. So 2 days ago, he came home from school and he's like, Mommy, my tummy really hurts. And I'm like, so you have to go through all the things, right? So did you drink enough water today? Did you eat your lunch? Do you feel like you might need to poop? I don't know. All the things, right? And he's like, no. And so he stayed home while I took Addie to her first flag football practice of the season. And I get home and the first thing Scott says to me with like this just, oh my gosh, face is, Easton just threw up. And I'm like, no. Because at that point, I go, okay, is this something he ate or is the stomach bug about to wreak havoc on our house? Mm-hmm. Right?
A lot of people are going through it right now, too.
I do know a few people who have it. They're not like in Easton circles. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. So we're going to have to keep an eye on him. So I start to get all the kids like ready for bed and whatnot. And Easton throws up again. And this time it's like projectile. And I'm like sympathy almost. And so I'm like, okay, this is great. Waiting for it to just like take over all of us. And since that, like all day yesterday, I'm like, my stomach's queasy. Did I get what Easton got? Am I about to throw up? Or does my stomach not actually really hurt at all? Like, am I just feeling phantom throw-up pains because my son is sick? So yesterday I got home. He was doing a lot better. Like he had gotten his appetite back. No throw up all day yesterday, which is a miracle. And so far, knock on wood, it's been contained just to him. But Scott and I have both been having these like almost like moments where we think we're getting it, but we're not. It's totally in our head. Like both of us are totally fine.
See, I thought that it was maybe you thought it was phantom pains, but maybe it was from the electrodes that you did the other day.
Oh, no, pure impact. No, but I am sore. Like I am
you
a
are.
lot more sore.
Are you sore in the
today.
abs?
I'm more sore in my arms than my abs, which probably means I needed them to turn it up a little bit because I asked them to turn it down in the abs because I was like, little intense, and so they turned it down. So I probably should have just left it where they had it. But I go back in on Monday, so I got another round.
Yeah, if you missed it, it's the most fascinating thing. These electrodes you put on your arms, the Comstock puts it on your arms, and then they give you an arm workout.
Yeah, it's called Pure Impact.
It's crazy. And I went on and I saw because Kyle posted her ab workout. She's just laying in this bed. She's laying in this bed, and it's like this thing's punching your abs out, right? So did you guys see her video?
Yeah, I saw it. The belly button ring is what threw me.
I was going to get into that.
Every time. I was like, there it is. No, it's there. I know, but I get shocked every time.
It's been there for a minute.
There it is.
Not only that, but did you notice she's got three little freckles on the left side? And
I did not notice.
I hate those freckles.
You do? Because I thought, I wonder if we could take that and make people can like screenshot it and send us drawings with it, like doing the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper. You hate them. Why would you hate them?
I hate
you gotta get them
every
removed.
freckle on my body. What? I really do.
Really?
Genuinely want all of them removed, but it's fine.
You should say put the electrodes on these freckles to burn them off.
It's like I have too many. Every time I go into like the dermatologist, I'm like, can you burn that off? Can you burn that off? Can you cut that out? And they're like, like, if they actually removed all of them that I want, which is all of them, I don't know even what I would look like. I would look like some type of monster with, like, scars everywhere.
I think we should post the video of your ab workout on John Jane Rich with like an actual video, like a reel. Can you do that, Jenna? Are you okay with that, Kyle?
I mean, it's vulnerable.
Not more vulnerable in my skin suit. The picture I was telling you guys about yesterday about my skin suit, I have gone back and looked at that photo so many times because it's so weird and disturbing and trying to turn it somewhat into a positive. And I saw my doctor yesterday and I showed her this and she goes, yeah, that's what happens when you have low body fat. And we're like, I guess that's a positive way of looking at it.
Yeah,
but
there you go.
But it's a suit of human skin.
Wait, so when you have low body fat and you're in the water, just the top layer
Floats above the organs.
That's on John Jane Rich too. So if Kyle opens up her vulnerability and you can count her little...
You're all medical wonders.
Count all her freckles. Yeah, Kyle and I are pretty much like these experiments. Yeah. Screw you, Brian Johnson, the Don't Die guy. By the way, the Brian Johnson guy, he's got this show on Netflix. It's about an hour-and-a-half show, and he's the guy that spends $2 million a year to try to live forever. He wants to live several lifetimes with his son, is what he says, right? Have you finished it yet, Rich?
I haven't finished it, but I will echo what Peyton said in that he looks vastly different than he did before. He looks better than he did before. I don't know that his face looks healthy to me at all. He looks like a ghost.
I'm not sure if Peyton used the word vastly.
She said,
yeah, that's not like a word in my vocab.
I want to echo what Peyton said. Vastly.
I said that's it. His skin looks great.
His skin looks great. Okay, well then he looks way different than he did before he started it.
Yeah.
I just upped your verbiage a
I know.
little.
Thank you for making me seem smart this morning. Happy Friday.
I watched his documentary and I was all in and I bought a bunch of his products and I got him yesterday.
Oh, really?
I got his olive oil, which he calls, because he says olive oil is like the one thing you can take in your life is olive oil. And he starts selling olive oil and he calls it snake oil. So I bought the snake oil, olive oil, and then he has this macadamia nut, walnut peanut butter. It's not peanut butter, but it's butter, right?
Macadamia nuts are supposed to be amazing.
Yeah, so I got a jar of that, and it's such a small jar. But I started yesterday, and I'm putting olive oil on everything I have. Like, we need more olive oil. Anyway,
I'm sure you could probably go overboard.
Yeah,
I
but
think
in
I am.
moderation, I think is probably.
We'll see.
Well, Brian Johnson is not moderation. He is extreme on everything.
Okay.
He's just trying to live forever. I don't know. That's bad. Anyway, that's on Netflix. So go to our social media. Hopefully we'll have those. You'll find out if Kyle approved anything. It'll be up at John Jane Rich.
The commercials are finally over. Let's get back to John Jay and Rich.
Kyle and Folk with 3 things we need to know.
So obviously you've seen all of the devastating pictures and videos on social media of the fires in California, which have now destroyed some, maybe even over 5,000 structures, businesses, homes, taken the lives of 10 people. And nearly 180,000 residents across the country have been ordered to evacuate. Now, yesterday, Los Angeles County accidentally issued an evacuation warning to all the residents. Everyone in LA, everyone basically in California, and everyone was like, what? They basically said, gather all the important things and get out now. And that wasn't for everybody. And like 20 minutes later, they issued another notification saying, disregard that last evacuation warning. It was just for the Kenneth fire only. Sorry about that. Wow. Sorry for the panic that we caused. My bad. It's like whoever did that, it's like you had one job, man. You had one job.
You know how John Jay was saying there was no drone stories in the news? There was yesterday because a drone took out one of those planes that drops water on the fire. So now they only have one left.
Oh,
I'm
that's
talking
terrible.
about those drones that were like in New Jersey that looked like flying orbs. That's what
true.
it was?
But you said there were no drones in the
But
news.
that's what I meant, though. I meant those. I don't mean like the drones that you can go buy at the store.
I think that was it. That was somebody flying over the fire, taking
Right.
pictures
Oh,
of the
no
fire.
way. That's
Yeah.
terrible.
That's so
I'm talking
sad.
about like last week. I mean, I
Right,
never.
the ones they thought were like aliens or UFOs.
Yeah, they look like spaceships. You know, speaking of the Kenneth fire, I had this audio clip because, you know, if you've been following along a couple storylines going on in the show, Noah on our show was going to a funeral in Los Angeles. Do you remember what part of town in Los Angeles he was going?
I thought it was right in Altadena, I thought.
Woodland Hills.
Oh, Woodland Hills, okay.
Hills is where he said he was going, right? So apparently the Kenneth fire was intentionally set and they caught the person that set it.
What we know right now is that the incident started here, and about 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, a suspect was detained over in Woodland Hills area by citizens. It's being...
What if it's Noah?
Oh my gosh.
That would be terrible.
He's not here right now. I haven't seen any video. You see Noah getting cuffed walking away?
It's not Noah.
Okay.
There have been a lot of changes made because of the fires. The NFL actually just moved the Vikings-Rams wildcard playoff game to Arizona because of it. And a lot of people, I mean, I know I look at all these pictures and videos and you just feel sort of helpless. Like, how can you help? They are recommending if you want to help, you can donate to the American Red Cross at redcross.org, or the World Central Kitchen is providing food to victims and first responders, and you can donate to that at wck.org. So TikTok it's been in this legal battle for the last couple of years, maybe even few years, where the U.S. wants to ban TikTok because its parent company is owned by a Chinese company. And they think that that is an issue for national security, that they could actually be spying on Americans through TikTok. So now they've appealed. They've gone to court. They've appealed. They've gone to court. They've lost. They've appealed. And now today it's all the way up to the Supreme Court. So today the Supreme Court will hear TikTok's case. And a bunch of lawyers said rarely, if ever, does the Supreme Court confront a free speech case that matters to so many people. You think about it, there are domestically 170 million users that use TikTok, and plenty of people who TikTok is their main income source. So there are a lot of people with their eyes on this case, so we'll see what happens.
I just can't see them saying it's done. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I find it interesting though, like there's this app, it's called Lemon 8, like the number 8, and TikTok is like pushing people to that app in case it does get shut down.
Oh, really?
Why?
Yes.
Because they own that too?
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. And it's kind of like a mix of like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Reels. Like it's a mix of basically everything. Twitter, X, like whatever.
What has ever happened in a business get shut down for something like that?
They've broken them apart because they're monopolies, but I don't know if they've broken them apart for national security.
Well, I'm sure it has. It's just maybe never been a business this big that affects so many people. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Horoscope time. Peyton, what's the vibe today?
It's Peculiar People Day, so I'm going to tell you what this day means for you and your sign.
And your birthday, you share it with?
Your birthday, you share it with whoever is born on January 10th.
I saw
Fun fact.
I saw a birthday list today, and I thought it was so interesting.
Oh, really? Tell me, whose birthday is it, John Jay?
Let me look. Renee Rapp is 25.
Oh,
that's cool.
I love her. I wish I would have, dang it.
Brent Smith from Shinedown.
Oh, that's cool.
Pat Benatar, Sean Colvin, George Foreman, Rod Stewart. Some big names.
Look at that.
Jacqueline, good morning. What's your sign?
Leo.
Okay, just like me. So Leos, for Peculiar People Day, we are an unstoppable icon today. Leos, we're already the main character, but today we're the weird main character everyone loves. So just wear glitter to the grocery store, sing in public, maybe even buy like a giant stuffed animal and carry it around like it's your child, because everybody is watching and we are the it girls today.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's peculiar. Thanks, Jacqueline. Have a great day. Todd, what's your sign?
Scorpio.
Okay, so for Scorpio, you guys are mysterious, but you're going to make it quirky today. Scorpios, you're the type to just casually tell people that you read minds and they actually believe you. So today, maybe wear all black, but just accessorize with like a weird rubber duck or something like equally unhinged. So let your peculiar power be the reason that someone does double takes today, Todd.
Right on. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Todd. Megan, good morning. What's your sign?
Good morning. I'm an Aries.
Ooh, Aries. Okay, you guys are my certified chaos coordinator today. You are the friend who randomly screams plot twist in public. So today, go full Aries and lead the charge into something just unhinged. Maybe even paint your nails like neon, green, pink, yellow, orange, whatever. Challenge a stranger to a cartwheel contest. You are the vibe starter that we need today, Aries.
That's so funny. I do that already. Plot twist.
Yes.
My wife's an Aries. I'm going to ask her today, whoever we are, if we see somebody, go challenge that person to cartwheel contest.
Yes, please
Go.
She will
do.
kick their butts.
Please do. I would love to see that.
What do you got for Pisces?
Yeah, Pisces, rich, For you, you are my daydream extraordinaire. Pisces, your peculiar power is turning life into an aesthetic fever dream. So paint something wild, maybe even give your houseplants names or wear fairy wings to the coffee shop. Today, your whimsical vibes will melt even the coldest hearts.
I do give my house plants names. In my big plant, I have named Robert Plant.
Nice. Okay, I love that.
Today's like National Houseplant Day or something.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Give all your house plants extra love today.
We need to give our studio plants some water.
So far, Kyle's kept that plant alive for a while.
It's pretty dry over here, Kyle. Pretty dry.
You know what? I had this Airbnb when I was on vacation, and they had plants in the house, and they put little stickers on the plants that said, "Please water me." And every time I walked by, I felt like I had guilt because it felt like the plant was talking to me.
Yeah.
What do you got for Kyle, for Libras?
Kyle, I love this for you because you are just giving charming weirdo energy today. Libras, you're like if a pastel aesthetics and conspiracy theorist had a baby. So throw a spontaneous picnic indoors if needed. It's a little chilly out today. And talk about why aliens probably love Earth's fashion trends. So today, your vibe is going to convert the skeptics.
I love it.
Weirdo
Ready for a
energy.
picnic. Come on, people. Come on.
I thought you were going to say something about Libras, like this is a peculiar day. Give yourself a manicure in one hand.
Yeah, that is also very peculiar. And also,
Fixing my fingers you had an issue with, John Jay.
That's out of all of us right now. That's peculiar.
Yep.
If chaos was a radio show, you're listening to it. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
Shelby, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Could you have a party story? Is it a New Year's Eve story? What is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what happened?
So this girl had invited everybody out to her grandpa's house. I guess he was at work. We're all partying, having a great time. Later on that night, some people had said that the cops would show up. And normally that was a false alarm, so I didn't think anything of it. And we come out of the downstairs, and everybody is gone, including the girl that had invited everybody. And I'm out in the middle of Fairgrove. I have no idea where I'm at, no phone service, nothing. So we stayed there, and then probably an hour later, cops did show up, and I'm trying to find somewhere to hide. So I hid under the bathroom sink, and they came in, they checked the bathroom probably 3 different times. The guy that I was with, I guess, had ran away into the woods. I don't know. But then some hours had passed, and I'm still under the sink, and I hear like a musical knock instead of like a regular knock. And I thought, that can't be the cops. So I come out, and it's the guy that I was with. So I let him in, and we end up falling asleep, right? Well, the morning time comes, and I hear people. And I said, hey, I think there's some people in this house. And we walk up the steps, and it's the grandpa's girlfriend and her son. So I guess the grandpa had called her when the cops showed up and wanted them to come over to the house to check it out. And she saw me walk up the stairs, and she said, you can come out now. And so I come out. The guy had tried to run, I guess, outside, and so they caught him outside. And they called the cops to show up again, and they tried to get us for trespassing. And I said, no, I was invited here for a party last night. And then I never got in trouble. But they said, well, if you didn't trespass, where were you all night? And I said, I hid under the bathroom sink. They looked at each other, the 2 cops, and they said, okay, fair enough. So I didn't get any trouble. And they helped me try to, I got onto my Facebook on one of their phones and got a ride to come get me. But it was, one of the most nerve-wracking nights ever.
That's
Never
scary.
forget that New Year's Eve.
That
No,
sounded like it could have turned into a horror movie for a second there. But anyway.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Shelby.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
I don't know how you found us.
But I'm so thankful that you did. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
Time for Stacks and Hacks. I have Stacks information. Rich has life hacks. I got some good stacks today, man. I got good stacks. Now, just to give you a little history of stacks and hacks is that I would save all this stuff to get to the show, and we never get to it. And then one day I just had a stack of stuff, and we just got to it. And now we do it every day. Stacks and hacks. A new study has found, I don't think this is a big surprise, but people are significantly more likely to feel irritable, angry, and annoyed the more they consume social media.
Makes sense.
Now think about this. 1/3 of Americans are trying to get their home organized and start the year out clutter-free. Makes sense, right? I'm always trying to do that to my closet. when people were asked, how long do you think you're going to stick with it? Like, how long do you think you'll stick with it, Kyle?
Well, I scheduled out different areas of my house. So like once a month, I want to do one area. January is supposed to be my closet, and then February, and then I have one for each month, and then December's always the playroom.
I'd like to check in with you to see if you stick with it.
I would like to check in with myself at the end
The
of
average
January.
answer is 38 days.
Yeah. So you're barely going to get that closet handled.
I figured if I did something small like that, like one little area of the house, I think I could manage that once
it's achievable goals.
Yeah.
How long do you think you're going to keep your house clean? 38 days.
I would say forever. Once it's organized, I keep it
When
forever.
do you get 38 days? It's a weird number.
No, that is a weird number.
A poll by Pizza Hut found the best day to order pizza. Anyone?
Friday.
Friday. Today.
Pizza day.
That's Kyle's house. It's Sunday.
We do pizza on
do
Saturday.
Sunday.
Or Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday. Okay, now, check this out. Kyle, I'll give you a warning. Kyle's going to be in Denver this weekend. There is a serial butt slapper on the loose.
What?
Yeah. He's been riding around on an e-bike and slapping women on the backside. 4 incidents have been reported since January 1. So be careful with that booty as you walk.
What
Oh
a
my
turd.
goodness. That just reminds me of like bringing me back to middle school, and especially because today's Friday. And like, if you know, you know. But like Slap A Friday, you were running around with your hands on your butt because everyone was running around smacking people's butts. It hurt so bad.
Maybe that's what the guy in Denver is.
that-
Yeah, he's just carrying on.
Was that
with
like-
tradition.
He's probably Gen Z. He's trying to do Slap A
You should
Friday.
slap the butt and be like,
Part of
oh.
week.
You should slap
It was a thing every single Friday. Yeah.
You slap the butt and go, good game, good game. So be careful. Police in Florida are looking for a woman who relieved herself on the floor of a Family Dollar store to distract the staff while a man stole $500 in cleaning supplies. They're still on the loose. I got an idea. I'm going to pee over here. You grab all the bleach. Today is National Houseplant Appreciation Day, and tomorrow is National Milk Day. Not to be confused with MLK Day, which is a week from Monday. A town in England blocked a new pizzeria from opening up. You know why?
Why?
Because all the kids in that area are already too fat.
What?
Sad.
Those English, they get called out. They don't care about feelings. They don't care about feelings at all. So there's new Star Wars movies being made. Nick, do you know about this new Star Wars movie being made right now? Let's see, because you're the big Marvel Star Wars guy. I got some dish on the new movie. Do you?
Which one, bro?
I don't know the name of it. Well,
Okay.
do you know anything on any of the Star Wars movies? What do you got?
Well, it depends on which one you're talking about, because there's one that's like set like 3,000 years before A New Hope, and
Actually, that's the one I'm talking about. It is set 25,000 years before any of the others, and it'll be about the origin of the Force.
Oh, that could be kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. Like, really, I think the best Star Wars movie in all of them is Rogue One right now. That's my favorite right now. Fight me on that one.
Mine's the first one.
Fight me on that. Rich is ready to rumble this morning.
Let's go, Star Wars people.
U.S. News and World Report put out a list of the healthiest diets.
Mediterranean.
Mediterranean's number 1.
Oh.
The Mayo Clinic diet is number 5. It's a 3-month program for weight loss. You eat balanced meals, smaller portions, and can't eat while watching TV. The Mind diet's a mashup of Mediterranean DASH. Will focus on brain health. The DASH diet's number 2. It's designed to lower blood pressure. DASH stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension.
Wasn't that a Kardashian thing? Weren't they hyping the Dash thing for a minute?
Don't know.
No, their store was called Dash.
The
clothing store.
flexitarian diet. You're mostly a vegetarian, but sometimes you eat meat. And the number 1 diet is the Mediterranean diet.
You should be really excited
Limit
about
sweets, processed foods, and red meat. Eat lots of fruit, veggies, grains, nuts, and healthy fats like chicken and fish.
You know what the main thing they want you to use in that Mediterranean diet, though, John Jay? Olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil.
See, man?
You're right in there.
All right. What do you got for life hacks, Rich?
How about the New Year's hack to get things done? How many times do you have a list in your head and you just don't get the things done? You procrastinate. So we are going to give you this. In fact, Kyle and Peyton, you might even want to try this. In your Notes app, make yourself a list of to-dos every morning. Take the screenshot of it and set it as your lock screen. And you don't get to change it until you get everything off your screen. Now, here's the hot tip. Only put about 3 things on there so you don't overwhelm yourself. Don't put like 50 things. You're not going to get that done. But every time you pick up your phone to check social media, what's going to make you stressed out, you will see your lock screen and go, oh, yeah, I still got to do these 3 things. You'll remember what you need to do for instructions on how to do that. Please visit johnjandrich.com.
So my dad has had like famous sayings in our family, like I'm sure every dad does. My dad had one that just reminded me of whenever he would do something that was like that somebody didn't want to do. As he was doing it, he'd be looking at everybody and go, getting things done. Like you're taking out the trash, getting things done. Or you're fixing a fence, getting things done. So now I have brought that with me, and my kids now know whenever we're doing something, finally if I bitch about something, we all doing it, then I look at everyone and I go, getting things done.
Oh, gosh.
You know when it gets to last call and all the dudes kind of start creeping up on you? We have the solution. Give them the John, Jay, and Rich drunk dial line. 602-888-1933. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
Sandy, good morning. What's up?
Hello, good morning.
Hi.
Hi, so funny story about the roaches in Hawaii.
Okay.
I was overhearing it, and I go, okay, I have to share. I was stationed in Hawaii for a bit, and I ran into the roach problem on base. And our neighbors had this big, fat, black cat. We called him Sylvester. We actually never knew his name. And we started noticing the roach problem. Mind you, these roaches weren't like the German roaches. They were Madagascar roaches. And I was terrified of them, so I always had my husband do the duty of, picking them up. But eventually, we started noticing little piles of them, like, together. And I'm like, are they dying together, so they're not dying alone? And I'm like, okay, maybe, I don't know. So then eventually, we saw the cat opening our back slide door. Sylvester would open our back sliding door by himself, come in, and we saw him one day walking away, right? We're like, what's going on? So my husband would stay home with our daughter, and he told me one day, babe, it's Sylvester. He's putting them in little piles for you. I guess he plays with them until he kills them, puts them in little piles for us, and just walks away and goes back home.
It's a gift for you.
That's what cats do with like birds and mice and stuff, right? Yeah.
We love Sylvester because it was a free charge, like no charge.
Yeah, free pest control.
So-
yeah,
Seemed pretty efficient.
Sandy, were you listening to the podcast? We were talking about that?
No, I was listening to the radio a little while ago, and you guys were talking about your son, how you went over and he had like 17 roaches.
Yeah. What city are you in?
I'm in South Texas, near Edinburgh, McAllen area.
Oh, good.
Rio
Good,
Grande
good,
Valley.
What's up, McAllen?
We're working on doing a Love Pup Family Fest there in April.
Oh, what? When?
In April.
Oh, awesome. I'll look out for it.
Yeah, we're just in a big meeting about it yesterday. Well, I wasn't.
Oh.
Somebody was.
All right, Sandy, thank you for listening. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a
Thanks.
great day.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Speaking of an update on those roaches, I don't know if I said this or not, but did I tell you guys this, that Kemp went and got an exterminator?
No.
And the exterminator killed all the roaches, right? But they come out and he came home and they die, and he'll just get them later. He waits until all these dead roaches are everywhere, and then he scoops off. So he lives with these dead roaches.
God,
there's only
stop.
30. I'm going to wait till there's 80 dead roaches, and then I scoop them over.
That's like Nurse Hannah and leaving the 17 dirty diapers around the house. If you're on Nurse Hannah TikTok, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and that is so gross.
Okay, number one on Netflix right now. This is big. I brought it up earlier. And Peyton, you finally saw it. And
I did.
It's
I watched
Jerry
it.
Jerry Springer documentary.
And I binged it in one sitting, which is easy to do because it's only 2 episodes. But oh my God, how fascinating is that show?
Right.
I was glued to the TV, and I'm not very good at watching TV, and this documentary had me hooked the entire time. Everything you guys talked about, like the guy with the horse, insane.
Gross.
Yeah, when they were like kissing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That is what I was like, oh no, his mouth is opening
Hey,
to
don't they
literally
say-
make out with this horse.
That's the episode that put him over the edge. Like, okay, well, now this is his.
No, that episode ended up getting banned.
It only aired in New York.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was the one that made them change the.
You got to watch the documentary, Rich.
I did, but I thought he was
so
saying like,
fascinating.
once they did that, they're like, okay, now we got to go wilder than that. We got to go insane.
The murder. Oh my gosh.
Right.
And then at the one that really threw me though was at the end with the daughter and the dad. I was like, oh wow, this is crazy.
It took the producer, said, I'm out.
And the producer, he was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
It was really fascinating. And what I found, I think the reason why I really did like it is because of what we do every day. Like being in entertainment and media and things like that. It was really fascinating to be able to watch that and see how things go on behind the scenes.
Like when the producers are coaching the people and they're like, I'm really mad. And they're like, no, you're pissed off. Like
she's embarrassing you out there.
It was cut downs to throw at them.
It was remarkable.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite documentaries I think that I've ever watched.
So some behind the scenes stuff that I know about, because, when I started in radio, I was in Cincinnati. That's where Jerry Springer was a news anchor, and he became the mayor of Cincinnati before he went to go do that. And there's a lot of stuff they leave out, because I felt that there could have been more in that documentary. For example, he was the mayor. He was a news anchor. Then he became the mayor of Cincinnati. He got fired from being the mayor of Cincinnati because he wrote a check to a prostitute.
And then that was the drama he had.
Yeah, so to be like, he's this great guy, he's whatever guy, you know what I mean?
Because that's basically what it was,
right? He's a great guy.
There was only one person in that documentary that was like
the villain.
Yeah, that was like, I don't like Jerry Springer.
And
everyone else loved and adored him.
I used to have Jerry Springer on my radio show quite a bit. Another weird fact that I wouldn't put in the documentary, but his cousin, I would put on the show all the time too. His cousin's dad invented the Heimlich maneuver. His last name's Heimlich.
Oh, wow.
That's fun.
So I would always get Heimlich on air and talk about.
That took off.
I would love to see a documentary John Jay produces, because it would be so random.
Yeah, do all types of stuff.
And over the voiceover, incidentally, the cousin invented the Heimlich maneuver. Back to Jerry Springer and the prostitutes.
That was wild. And then his cancel moment, crazy. Just crazy.
Oh, what do you mean this cancel moment?
How he could have had a cancel moment.
Huh?
When he hooked up with the people from the show.
The
scandal.
Oh, but he got canceled because of that?
No, they were saying that, if that were to happen today, he would get canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hooked up with some fans that were or guests on the show.
Yeah, not just guests or fans. They were certain kind of guests and fans.
I think they were mother and daughter, if I remember.
No.
No, they weren't?
No.
What?
They were in the adult entertainment.
Right, but I think they were mother, daughter.
Oh my gosh, no way.
Yeah. I think I'm telling you guys. I'm telling there's so much more. I bet you there's going to be a season 2 of the show, because there's so much more.
Sounds like there's a lot
Not only
missing.
that, but he didn't start that stuff. There was a guy, Geraldo did a show before him that had stuff like that, and then a guy named Morton Downey. Do you remember Morton Downey?
Those shows were fistfights in the audience.
And those were all before Jerry Springer.
Yep.
But anyway, yes, Grant.
There is a Morton Downey documentary that is unhinged. I can't remember what it's called, but just look up Morton Downey wherever, and it's a documentary, and it is literally the craziest thing.
Was that a New York-based show, right?
Yeah, and he had a live studio audience every time, and every time he was just saying the wild.
Yeah, they were rowdy on that
And he
show.
would smoke and blow into the camera. Right?
Cool guy. All-around cool guy.
It doesn't seem real. It doesn't, but it's real.
He was way before Jerry Springer.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway.
At the end of the documentary, when they're like, Jerry Springer passed away in 2023, I forgot he passed away.
Oh, yeah.
Blake, my wife was like, oh my God, that just happened.
Yeah.
It was in the news.
I know, and I wish I would have been able to hear Jerry Springer's opinion. You kind of hear interviews, and how he defends his show. But I was like, dang, that would have been really interesting to kind of see his take on, because he went on and basically apologized for everything he did on television. So I'd be curious to hear.
Speaking of television, Kyle, where are you on Bad Sisters?
So I finished the first season.
Do you like it?
I did like it.
Good, I do.
I did like it.
I really like the second season too.
I started the second season.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
you're
I'm
probably
on
going
the
to pass me up
first
now.
Just the first episode. Just the first episode.
Don't you love the relationship of the sisters?
Yeah. That's, I think, the thing that, keeps me hooked.
And aren't the mean people, the creepy people, just mean enough where you just don't like them?
Yeah, but the husband was...
Yeah. Mammy. You guys got to watch it.
I hate him.
Okay.
It's called Bad Sisters. It was number 1 and number 2 on Apple. Now it's number 5 because season 2 is already done.
But you won't like it for the first probably 6 or 7
So I can watch it on your 2 times speed or whatever?
No. That's the thing that annoyed me the most.
No?
Is Apple TV doesn't do 2 times speed as far as I know. And if it does, please let me know. But yeah, as far as I know, you have to watch it regular speed.
Wow.
Katie, hi. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good. How are you? What's going on?
Good. I was just following up on your sister to see if she ever made it to Tucson or to Phoenix. I know you're in Phoenix now.
I don't know. I haven't heard from her.
Haven't heard at all.
Well, when she said 2 days ago, she goes, I was saying, hey, it's 7:30. I'm going to bed. And she goes, okay, we've got the cars packed. It'll take us 9 hours to get to you. And I said, okay, well, keep me posted. And then I text her, hold on, let me look. Because, yeah, she's in L.A. She's in the middle of the fires. The fires are, right there. They're ready to evacuate. I go, what's the latest? Oh, I go, and where are you, is what I said. And then she goes, home. Dying with smoke in my lungs. So sick. What a crazy situation. My friends lost their homes. It's so sad. And then I sent her an Instagram link about how to deal with the air in L.A. because the air, I guess, is terrible.
What do you do?
Oh,
Don't you just
so
get
dangerous.
And she never responded to me.
What?
Oh, wow.
Rude. Let me call her.
Yeah.
Let me just call her real quick. See if she's
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Let me just see if you're alive. It's so nice of you, Katie, to ask about my sister.
Of course.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail of
Oh, crap. That's her old... I call her old work number.
Oh, no.
That's not your sister.
Sounded like Carl and Neil are doing okay, though.
Maybe is that who you're texting? That's why they're not texting back.
We moved. We're in Washington State. We're fine.
Hey, guys, you learned. Hey, if you're okay, you might want to call the other guy or your old number. What time is it in LA? Same time?
Well, it's an hour earlier. Just after 6 a.m.
Uh-oh, Katie. Now you got me worried.
I know. I'm like,
Now you're
going to spiral.
I know. Well, I'll call her. I'll call everybody in her family here in the break in a minute during the song.
There you go.
Thanks, Katie.
Yeah, I just heard it the other day, and I followed up. I was like, I never heard back. I never know what happened. So hopefully she got out safe. Or
Yeah, I figured she would
somewhere
call me
safe.
or text me, hey, we're on our way, or hey, we're good.
Not your family. Your
Not my
family just shows up. All your cousins, they all
That's what happens in Mexican. Katie, have a great day. Thank you for listening.
John, Jay, and Rich.
Hi, Ellie. Thanks for holding.
Hi. Nope,
Hey.
no worries.
What's your situation? What's your story?
So this is really weird. This is a funny story, and it's really crazy. But I was like, I have to say it to somebody. So basically, I went to my husband's car the other night, and I was like trying to find a receipt from something, and then out of nowhere, I'm looking through stuff, and I see my husband's wedding ring in the center of the console. I've never seen him take it off, and it was really weird to me. Like, I've noticed he didn't have it on, and instead of saying something to him, I was just like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm like, this is weird, but I'm not going to say anything. And then a little later, we went to play golf, and he came home, and it was on his finger. And so since then, I noticed it wasn't on his finger like once. I didn't say anything. And then I'm just thinking to myself, like, he works from home, right? And I see him most of the day. So all I think is he like takes it off when he goes to the gym or something. But then I'm like, should I confront him? So anyway, I confronted him. And he just like looks down and he's like, okay, just don't think I'm crazy. And I'm like, okay. So I'm freaking out a little bit. He's like, so every day after I go to the gym, I go to Taco Bell. He's like, I didn't want to tell you because I'm wasting money at Taco Bell after the gym, so that's already a downfall. And then B, he's like, I didn't tell you and I'm not getting you anything, so I didn't want my ring to smell like it, so I take it off. And I'm like, oh, babe, what? Like, what is that? So I just wanted to share that because, you know, weird things have happened when people take off their ring.
Does he change his clothes too? Because his clothes would smell more like Taco Bell than his ring.
I know. That's what I was like. That's kind of a weird thing to
Yeah,
think
but you know
that.
how the beans and everything gets all over your hands or the whatever. I mean, I
How
get
do you
that
eat Taco
excuse.
Bell?
I eat like a monster when I eat Taco Bell.
Does like
Who's
a metal
smelling the
ring.
ring?
The same way he does, I guess, but I don't take my wedding ring off. So,
Next time I eat Taco Bell, I'm smelling my wedding ring because I just feel like
I wouldn't think odor
metal
would
doesn't
attach to
pick up
that.
on smells.
Yeah.
let me present this angle your way. How beautiful is Ellie and so naive? Let's call him up and see who he sends flowers to.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, I got caught. Oh, it's a Taco Bell. It's a Taco Bell. It's a Taco Bell. It's a Taco Bell. It's not. Oh, okay. What else does your finger smell like?
Ew, John Jay. Did
Hot
you
sauce.
check like the
What? Where'd you guys
receipts,
go with
Ellie?
that?
Like, were you like, show me the transaction, show me your Apple Pay that you're going to talk about every day?
Well, yeah, he's like, I mean, I can show you this. And he kind of like pulled out a Taco Bell that was kind of greasy. And I'm like, okay, thank you. That's enough.
Okay.
And you don't want him to eat Taco Bell every day? You don't, or do you care one way or another?
I mean, I get it. Times are tough. It's $1 a taco,
Yeah,
right? So, you know, I guess that's, but I don't know. I mean, that's such a weird, you know, it's
weird.
not like, I don't think he has time to cheat in between.
Go to that
Like,
Taco Bell and see if the people that are working there are really good-looking single women. And then he's like, every time I go in there, I take out my wedding ring.
It is sort of
I'm
like
flirting.
it is like I believe him because that is a stupid dude way to cover up a crime. I need to take off my ring so it doesn't smell like Taco Bell. It's believable dumbassery from a guy's point of view.
But you know what you could do also is wash your hands.
Yeah, that would be a thing.
So the rest of his hands doesn't smell. I'm telling you, it's a weird story, man. I don't want to ruin your peace, but I would investigate a little bit more. I would investigate a little bit more, and then come back to us in a couple of days, see if you want to do a War of the Roses on this guy.
All right.
Because I thought maybe, I don't want them to I'm going there all the time. I don't want them to recognize me, so I take off my ring. Maybe I look different.
I mean, she could probably just check his location history and just be like, he has been to Taco Bell 87 times in the last 3 days.
That too, yeah. All right, Ellie.
That's how crazy but I could look, but yeah, no, I get it.
Thank you for calling in. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, bye-bye.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you want to get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello, iHeart listener. We have a confession to make. Both iHeart and this commercial you're listening to right now would probably sound a heck of a lot better on the new Roku Pro Series TV. It's got side-firing speakers that fill your room with sound, Dolby Atmos audio that puts you right in the middle of the entertainment, and the ability to pair seamlessly with your home theater sound systems that already have surround sound and booming bass. If all that sounds too good to be true, it'll sound even better on the new Roku Pro Series. Your hearing isn't better, your TV is.
We've all done it. You see a headline but don't have time to read the whole story, or there's so much news you're not sure what is worth your time. I'm Colby Ekowitz, co-host of Post Reports, the weekday afternoon podcast from The Washington Post. Post Reports brings you what's relevant and revealing. Breaking stories, politics, wellness, culture. Each episode goes beyond a headline for the context you need. Find Post Reports now, wherever you're listening.
It's the John, Jay, and Rich radio program. 2 names, 4 hosts,
and a whole lot of fun.
It's John, Jay, and Rich.
Mary Jane, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for holding. What's going on?
Okay, so guys, I just need a little advice. So I'm getting married next Saturday. Super exciting. I'm so stoked. But so one of my bridesmaids just called to tell me last night that she broke her leg and is in a cast. And, she called me to tell me that she thinks she can still do it. She can walk a little bit, and she wants to still walk down the aisle and everything for my wedding. But she's, on crutches and in a literal, full leg cast, thigh to ankle. And then I called her sister about it just to ask, and she said, oh, yeah, there's no way you won't see the cast in, pictures and stuff. And, right now she can't walk. So I don't, is it rude for me to, ask her to, not do it and to, try to replace her? I don't know what to do here. Am I overreacting?
Or could you just have her not walk and then not have whoever the groomsman that goes with her walk, so have one less? Because replacing her, she's going to feel a little weird.
Yeah, but that's just pulling her out completely, she's also probably going to feel weird, right?
Yeah. So does it sound like she wants to walk, or it sounds like she wants you to say, that's okay, just sit this one out?
No, I think she wants to. I think she really was excited about being a part of my wedding, and, this is, devastating to her. And I think if I ask her not to do it, she would literally be devastated.
Well, then I think you have to suck it up and be a good friend and make sure that the cast is decorated with the same colors.
Sure.
Or when you do take your pictures, place her behind, do one of those pictures 3-3-3.
Or have a really good photographer who can angle her right to where the leg cast isn't showing and might be really good in, post-wedding editing.
Or I do this a lot with us when we do team photos of the show. What you could do is what's your bridesmaid's name?
Her name's Amanda.
Amanda. So you get everybody in, and then you're like, okay, let's take one without Francine. Okay, let's take one without Dave.
It's so funny because you do actually do that.
I'll do it. Let's take one without Rich. All right, that's good. These are great.
We don't need any more pictures?
No, we're fine.
You don't need any more pictures?
And then eventually, just take one without Amanda. Oh, yeah, this is great. Do that, and then you can then you frame the one without Amanda in your picture in your living room.
I was part of you thinking the cast girl's going to take over and steal your thunder because everybody everybody's going to be concerned about her.
Oh, right. They're going to take all the attention.
She's still going to be number one.
Pink cast, and it's just the whole thing, and all the photos. All you do is see the cast.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what color the cast is, Mary Jane?
I don't know, but I think we can wrap it or hide it or something.
It's the equivalent like when somebody orders fajitas at your table. Like everybody
Absolutely.
sees.
You better not order fajitas at Chili's on my birthday.
Or just get her a long dress, like give her the long dress. I don't know.
That's a good idea.
Still going to have crutches, though.
Cover it.
Not in the picture.
Yeah, not in the picture.
I'm telling you, though, during the walk down the aisle, if I'm at that wedding and be like, oh, she's so sweet. She's walking the I won't even think about the bride. I'll be like, oh, look at her. She's so important.
You don't even think about the bride?
She's such a good friend. She's on crutches, and she's still standing up there the whole time.
I try to see if you can move it back 6 to 8 weeks until the cast comes on.
Oh, yeah, I'll try that. I'll give the venue a call and see if it fits.
That'll work.
Or maybe you can have her have the cast drilled off for the wedding and then put back on the next day.
Ridiculous.
I'm already over budget on my wedding.
It's so funny how weddings and stuff like this, which we totally get, are completely superficial.
I know. Ask her, tap the cat. Can we take off the cast? Can you just try to walk normal?
I'll have a guy, pay a guy to be there to drill the cast off and then to put the cast on afterwards.
Crazy.
Just walk normal. Your legs
just
broken.
after pictures are done.
Suck it up.
Absurd.
Oh, man. All right, Mary Jane. Well, good luck. Send us pictures. We're dying to know what happens.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you. And thanks for your advice. It's very helpful.
You got it. God bless.
Hey, don't tell anybody. John Jay and Rich gave me their personal cell phone number.
Where's my freaking phone?
877-937-1047. It's John Jay and Rich.
I was just talking to my sister. In fact, I want to get her on the phone real quick because it was so nice. I just looked at all my DMs. There's so many people asking about how my sister's doing. I just got disconnected with her, but do I have to dial 9?
I feel like last time we did this did not work out in our favor when you did it.
Because you kept going, 9.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Look at that.
Burn.
Yeah,
Hello?
big time.
Okay. So everyone's asking if you're okay in your house. What's the situation? You're on the radio, by the way.
We're okay. We're a mile out from the latest evacuation. It was extended. So Santa Monica is the border of the Palisades, and half of Santa Monica is evacuated, but we're inland. We're on the
a mile's
we're
not
on the
that
south
far.
side. I know. It's terrifying. It's the anxiety. I have so many friends have lost houses. It's so sad.
So why not? Is the smoke really bad?
So bad. I'm sick.
So why not
It's
leave?
really
Why
bad.
not get away from that until it clears up a little bit?
I know. That's a really good question, and I think it's because we feel like you can help. All our neighbors are sheltering in place, and you kind of feel like we're in it together, I think, maybe some of it. And then some of it is every day we're waiting to have my daughter have school, or what can we do to help people? I don't know. We should just pack. We're packed. We're pointing outward, ready to go.
I mean, if you're breathing like that could last months and months.
Yeah.
That smoke lung, you should
cause damage you have for years.
Yeah, you should think about getting out of there. I would.
You should go stay at Rich's house.
Yeah, no problem.
Not yours.
I'm barely there.
I don't want that coffee in my house.
Such a good brother.
So rude. We have other people we could stay with, but they were in danger. No, but in the city, we were going to go into the city, and then Studio City was in danger. It's crazy. Everyone we know in the city is terrified.
Okay, let me ask you this: Noah is going to a funeral in Woodland Hills. Is that real? Is that going to happen or no?
Woodland Hills, when I went to bed last night, was in danger. If it was Calabasas and all that was coming over the hill. Our cousin Lisa, she lives in Mandeville Canyon. Again, when I went to bed last night, they had a whole line of firefighters. That's 3 miles from here. They had a whole line of firefighters that were trying to fight the fire. And it's just every day it's praying, please don't, no more damage. But then I have other friends that are looking for houses to stay, and no one wants to stay here because we have 2 giant dogs that don't like anyone.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing: if it's a let's say it's a mile away from where it's supposed to be, by the time you hear it's time to evacuate, then you're going to have to deal with everybody trying to evacuate too.
And the smoke, lines.
The smoke's already bad. It's almost like get your family somewhere safe, and probably it won't reach you, but at least you're free from all the smoke until it kind of goes out in the next day or 2 or 3 or whatever it is.
No, that's true. 2 days ago, we were going to evacuate and head to John Jay's, and
the 10 was so gridlocked, it would have been 9.5 hours to get there instead of 5.5. So we were like, well, and then are we in more danger if we're on the freeway?
Okay, so look, there's a fire coming towards your house. What do you pack? What's in your car? What did you put in there?
All of our paperwork, the passports and birth certificates and stuff. One photo album that has the kids when they were little and a wedding photo. Our computers. My Louis Vuitton bag.
What about snacks?
That's the first thing you put in the car.
This girl, I was at the gym yesterday, and this girl told me that her husband would be like, "Why are you packing shoes and bags and purses?" That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your snack situation? That's what I care about. What do you got for snacks?
Not great. Mason's been home from college, so he's eaten everything. So we have to fix that. But our cars are gassed up.
Hey, why one photo album? I mean, if the fire was coming to your house and you had to go right now and you grab what you can, I get it. But you have several photo albums. Why don't you pack all the photo albums?
No, because we have most of them on digital. That one I just found over the holidays, and I was like, oh, this isn't.
You don't have any of the photo albums like when we were little? Do I have all those?
No, you have them all. You have all of them.
They're safe. They're at my house safe.
You don't know where.
Elvia's like, I know what people look like. I'm good. As long as they're Louis makes it.
All right. Well, we're glad you're safe. It was just really nice. The people who listen to our show, I had so many people message me asking how you're doing.
Oh,
I was
that's
like,
so nice.
I haven't talked to her in a couple of days.
No, keep the prayers coming because it's serious still. Yeah. It's crazy.
That wind changes directions just a little bit. That's trouble. I'd get the heck out.
And feel better.
I know, and it does change. You see my patio. Like, I don't know what happened last night, but everything moved again. It's crazy. But thank
Those are
you
just
all.
neighbors playing tricks.
What?
Let's go move the Olivas furniture again.
She got fire and ghosts. That's not good.
All right, I'll talk to you later. I'm glad you're okay.
All right, thanks,
Okay,
guys.
bye.
All right, bye.
Hey, Mike, thanks for holding, man. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
What were you calling about?
The wedding gal with the broken leg.
Oh, yeah. Okay. She was like, do I not bring my friend or uninvite my friend to be in the wedding, right? Because of the broken leg.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What's your comment on that?
Yeah. So our daughter broke her arm just before the wedding as well and went with a black colored cast. So we actually wrapped it in lace.
Oh,
and
that's
it
cute.
matched her. Yeah, it matched her dress really good. And then for the crutches, I would just decorate them with like flowers and whatnot to match.
Oh, that's nice too.
Such a good idea. I'd love like the lace look because lace is in right now.
No, lace is everywhere.
And very wedding-y.
Yeah, very. Good idea.
Yeah, so I don't know what color her cast is or the dress is, but play around with the colors and it might turn out to be a pretty cool, unique kind of story.
I love that.
Very
That's a good
cool.
solution. That's
That's
better than our solution.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, no worries, guys. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Hey, what were you saying about Botox?
My Botox has officially worn off, and I have created a very expensive habit for myself, and now I have to budget to make sure that I look good.
Let me see. You have it on your forehead? Okay.
It's gone, huh?
There's
Look at that.
No,
I
no.
know.
Hold on. In Kyle terms, you're done. There's no more Botox.
Done for. None.
I think in that people that normally, there is still Botox in your forehead.
Not enough.
Well, that's Kyle terms.
That's right.
It's just a really
You're a little
expensive
student.
habit having Botox and lip fillers, but I really do feel crusty dusty without it. It's a necessity in my life.
I mean, I know that. I can't even argue
But
that.
you're
Do you have
literally
movement?
like 20.
Move your forehead.
Is it moving?
No.
Making really angry faces.
Enough that
Good. I did do it. It's been recent, so.
I have a game ready to go. Do you have? It's Friday. We got sidetracked with the fire talk.
It's Friday and John just got a game for you.
Okay. I put together this little trivia game of celebrity kids because Justin Bieber just had a baby not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give you the name of the celebrity, baby name, or pet name. You have to guess if it's a baby or a pet.
Baby or pet?
Baby or pet. Is it the baby name or the pet name? For example, for Justin Bieber, Oscar. Peyton, who's Oscar?
Pet.
Who is he, though?
A pet chameleon.
No, it's his dog, Oscar. You ever seen Oscar? They take him
Never
everywhere.
heard Oscar. I know their son Jack
Yep.
Bieber.
Kyle, Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. Luna, is it a child or a pet?
It's their daughter.
It is their daughter.
She's so cute.
She is so cute.
Rich, Elon Musk. Floki, is it? He's got 14 kids. Is that his pet or his son?
I imagine that's a pet.
It's his pet. Floki is Elon Musk's Shiba Inu.
Okay.
I mean, his kids do have some weird names.
I know.
I was going to say, like, I'm pretty sure there's some numbers and
But
hyphens in there.
I know that's a character on Vikings, and I'm pretty sure he would be a fan of that show.
It's a dog named after a character from the TV show Vikings.
See?
Peyton, Jennifer Lawrence, Sigh. Is it the child or is it a pet?
That's a child.
That is a child.
It's a cute name.
Kyle, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Hobbs. Is that a pet or a child?
No, it's a pet.
It's
because
a
he has
pet.
daughters.
It's a French bulldog. Rich, Katy Perry, Nugget.
Nugget's got to be a pet.
It's a pet.
Better not be a child named Nugget.
Peyton, Angelina Jolie, Pax.
Pet.
No.
Oh.
Pax is her son. Kyle, Kim Kardashian's kid. Is this a kid or is this a pet? Sushi.
That's a pet.
It's their dog. It's a Pomeranian. Rich, Ryan Gosling. And is their kid's name or their dog name or kid's name is Esmeralda?
Esmeralda. That's a child's name.
It is. Peyton, Lady Gaga. Pet or child? The answer is the name is pet.
Oh, that's a pet. I don't think she has any kids.
I screwed up. She doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think she has any kids.
Okay. Orlando Bloom and Katy Perry. Daisy Dove. Kyle.
That's their daughter.
That's their daughter. Peyton, Nicolas Cage. Kal-El.
Oh, that's a human's name.
That is a human.
I knew someone with that name.
Rich, Ariana Grande. Piggy.
Piggy. Oh, that's her pet.
That's her pet. That's a fun little game.
Yeah.
You've got questions, and we have 4 unqualified people to give you answers. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
Jamie Lee Curtis, talk about the fires. All the celebrities, everyone's talking about the fires.
Well, there's so many celebrities that have been affected because the Pacific Palisades, which I just cannot believe the destruction that has been happening from these fires. But yeah, I mean, it's literally the town is basically gone. Jamie Lee Curtis lives in that area, and she was doing an interview just saying how bad things are.
And it's gnarly, you guys. It's just a catastrophe in Southern California. Obviously, there have been horrific fires in many places. This is literally where I live. Everything. The market I shop in, the schools my kids go to. Many friends now have lost their homes.
She actually donated $1 million to the relief fund. And then you have Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They're in the area, but not, as far as I know, affected by this just yet. But they also just urged everybody, if you can, donate.
The video of Paris Hilton's house was crazy. And I mean, you see that stuff, on all the tabloids and whatnot. But what was really crazy was hopping on TikTok yesterday and seeing high schoolers doing their house tours, and it's literally in ashes. And I mean, they're using dark humor as a way to obviously cope, but it's people's childhoods, are just burnt to the ground, and it's just so heartbreaking.
So let me ask you this. How does it happen? Because I keep hearing that insurance companies canceled all the fire stuff, right? So if you live there and you have a $5 million house and it burned down to the ground and you don't have insurance, you just have this piece of land and you have to rebuild a house.
Yeah.
There's nothing are you suing the government? You got to be suing somebody, I would assume, right?
They say 3 years minimum to get most of those things rebuilt. Just if you got to go from the ground up, which in Pacific Palisades, it almost doesn't exist on the map anymore. I mean, it is gone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the really sad thing about the insurance thing is a lot of people lost their insurance and now just don't have it. It's literally so now what can I sell this charred land for?
Right.
And that's a lot of people's nest egg. That's a lot of people's life investment there. So it's so devastating.
So that when I see this other news, Brandy, for example, what's the big news with Brandy?
She's releasing a memoir.
Did she decide to put that press release out yesterday?
Hello.
Houses. This is a good time to let everybody know.
People don't care right now. Just I know it makes everything else really sort of seem trivial. But then when I see news like Zendaya and Tom Holland, I'm like, oh, it's kind of a light. That's not a press release. They just found out they got matching tattoos.
Right, and that was happening before the fires.
A little light. You know what I mean?
But they didn't get matching tattoos yesterday.
No.
They got matching tattoos probably 2-3 weeks ago, a month ago, whatever. And now it's just coming out.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying when I see stories like that, I'm like, oh, okay, good. Some positive news.
But Katy Perry, for example.
Yeah, Katy Perry's oh, my album didn't do well, so now I want to go back to American Idol. It's
release that right now.
Around.
Let's talk about that right now.
That news just came out. I know. It's I know they keep releasing. Like I think they released the nominees for like the SAG Awards, and I was like, just wait, just stop. Like,
hold off on
you
it. We don't need
to, like people don't care right now.
Well, you've heard Gene Smart say, "Don't even show award shows right now because it's too tone deaf."
Totally.
You go like if you have an award show.
To me, just announcing the nominees is pretty tone deaf.
I saw Mel Gibson was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he was talking about the fires, but he talked about a bunch of other things too.
Yeah, he's working on a lot of stuff, but and I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, he came forward and said something that it's pretty controversial to talk about. Treatments for cancer that aren't what the Mayo Clinic recommends, and so. Take this as you will, that this is not medical advice. I think we have to say something like that. But he opened up about an experience that a few of his friends had with some success in fighting their cancer.
I have 3 friends. All 3 of them had stage 4 cancer. All 3 of them don't have cancer right now at all. And they had some serious stuff going on.
And what did they take?
They took what you've heard they've taken.
Ivermectin,
Fenbendazole.
Fenbendazole. I'm hearing that a lot.
They drank hydrochloride something or other. People drinking methylene blue and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They need to give out that disclaimer before because people go out and buy hydrochloric something or other.
Yeah, I'm like, that's why I felt the need to like just preface it by saying it's like, listen, I had a friend pass away from breast cancer last year, and she tried everything. And it's like, you have to be really careful. It's like what you're putting into your body could actually end up killing you before the cancer does. So, but there are some interesting studies that are being done about ivermectin, but it's like, also, you got to like involve your doctor and that kind of stuff. But Mel Gibson also talked about working on the Passion of the Christ 2. He said it's the resurrection story. He said it's non-linear, but it took him and his brother almost 7 years to finish the script.
Oh, wow.
The clip you just played, will you play it again, but stop it somewhere? Play it.
I have 3 friends.
That's it. That would have been my interview. And then just silence and staring at it. And stare at Joe Rogan.
I actually edited it, so there was a longer pause in between where he said they all had cancer. And so at first, when I first listened to that part of the interview, I was like, you have 3 friends. Was that it? Like, it was an awkwardly long pause.
I have 3 friends.
That should be, if we ever do like a John Jay and Rich, John Jay, I have 3 friends. And that's it.
Oh, cool, your scanner stopped. It's John Jay and Rich.
Kiss FM, it's John Jay and Rich. We're talking about New Year's resolutions, and my New Year's resolution was to try to hit 10,000 steps a day. And Lacey sent me a DM. Good morning, Lacey.
Good morning. Last year, that's what I set my goal as, 10,000 steps a day. And you just have to be intentional about it. I was telling you in the DM that 10 minutes is roughly 1,000 steps. And so I just do things like I pace around when I'm brushing my teeth to get some steps in. I pace around when I'm on the phone talking to someone or scrolling through social media. And you would be surprised at how many steps you get in just doing being intentional about it.
So do you hit 10,000 every day?
Oh, yeah, every day. And usually pretty early in my day. Usually when I'm off work, by the time I get off work, I'm at 8,000 or 9,000 steps.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
By the time I leave work, I'm at 800 steps, and then I have a whole freaking day ahead of me. Yesterday, I went hiking with my friend, and when I was done hiking, I was at 11,000 steps, and I'm done for the day. Yeah. But the day before, when I was at 7,000 steps, it was a nightmare trying to get the extra 3,000. I got a DM from someone yesterday telling me they do this too. And they'll be at 9,000 steps, and then they just run around the house until they get 10,000 steps. They get their room basically. And then get this. Yeah. This friend of mine that I go hiking with, Rick, his friend did a year average. His year average of steps was 19,000 a day.
Oh my gosh. What's he doing?
All day he's just doing stuff to get his steps.
Oh,
and
so
he will,
intentionally, I'll just walk.
Intentionally.
So would that be in your case, if you go somewhere, park in the furthest away parking spot, or take the stairs everywhere, walk the long way around the store to get to where you're going to go to?
He will download an audio book, put headphones on, and he has a walk that he does and listens to the book. At the end of the day, if he hasn't already hit it already, that's what he does. So I might try that, except I don't know if I could walk with headphones on and get distracted.
My brother-in-law, he is the world championship. He's a world champion in Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Oh.
And he's going, I think, to Thailand or something like that for a big world competition.
That's the toughest martial arts.
And he was an Army Ranger, so he's a pretty tough guy. So his goal is 20,000 steps a day until he goes to that competition.
I can't imagine that.
I was like, is that even
impossible.
How many miles?
He's doing
is that?
twice what I do,
Right. It's
and
like
I'm wiped out at 10,000.
You gotta go to Disneyland to get 20,000 steps there.
So is
Something like
10,000 like what, 4 miles maybe?
I have no
Ish?
idea. I'm only day 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only done. This is day 4 of me doing this, and I'm over it.
Yeah, I was at first, but stick with it. It'll be so easy. Like I said, I'm on a year now, and it's just like so easy for me. It's like second nature.
Don't you think that when you walk, you can think better too, especially if you're outside? I believe that.
Yes, and like I feel better. Like if you have like kind of aches, like back aches and stuff like that, it really helps. Like it helps me. So like I can't sit down for long anymore because like I just need to walk and pace around. It makes me feel better.
Well, wait, that's funny because I thought I do have backaches, and I thought it's because of the walking, because of the 10,000 steps.
Well, it might be your posture when you walk.
Or your shoes. Check your shoes.
Shoes suck. I can't find good shoes. I have very difficult arches. It's very hard for me to find good walking shoes.
Very high arches.
Even John Jay's arches are high maintenance.
They are very difficult. Well, Lacey, thanks for the tips and thanks for the motivation.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
Thanks
Love you guys.
Love you too. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah, like walking to walk is like boring, but like hiking because I got to be up and back and be done. Like I want to get over with. Like it motivates me. But to go walk.
I kind of dig it, but I got
I hate it.
18 different routes. Well, maybe not 18, but at least 10 different routes where I know one's a 5 mile, one's a 4 mile, one's 7 mile.
I can't imagine going a 5 mile walk.
Oh, it's not bad if you just bring your bring music with you.
No.
I don't want to bring music with me. Like I want to do like if I download an audiobook, I feel like I would get distracted, like someone's talking to me.
I think you learn more.
I feel like if you downloaded an audiobook, that would make the walk more interesting.
Well, I'll try it today. Because so far I got nothing planned but this in here. So I'm going to walk around the studio until I get 10,000 steps. All right, it's John Jay and Rich. Kiss FM.
John Jay and Rich.
All right, we are going to play a game, right? This is the Justin Timberlake tickets. We need a contestant, right? Should I solicit for the contestant right now? Yeah, get a contestant right now? Should I get a contestant right now? Should I get a contestant? Don't get one right now?
Not yet.
Why not?
I said not yet.
Well, within the next.
At the end of this.
At the end of this? We still need them ready.
I already have one.
Oh, you have one already? Oh, okay. Wow, way to work ahead, Nick.
Oh, he's good, that Nick.
Mm-hmm. Peyton, you and your brother got into something that my sister kind of got into, but she is currently dealing with fires
Okay.
in LA. What was it? What's the trend?
There's this trend on TikTok or wherever you indulge in your social media. And basically what you do is if you have a brother, you text your brother throughout the day and you give them random updates with no context. So I decided I was going to give my little brother Jalen, we're 15 months apart and we are getting a lot closer over, the last couple of years. And the first text I sent him, I was just like, hey, I just got home from work. I'm about to eat lunch and then I'm going to take a nap before I have to be up for practice at 2. And he replied to me, he was like, did you mean to send this to me?
That's great. That's so fun.
And then I
want to do that to my brother right now.
And then I said, yeah, LOL. I'm probably going to watch the Abbott Elementary and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia crossover before I take my nap. And he didn't reply. He left me on red. And then I woke up. I was like, the episode was mid. Gotta go to practice. Left on red. And then I texted him again. I was like, I'm really sleepy. I'm going to be doing a photo shoot. Are you going to come? And he just replies, yes. I was like, okay, sounds good. I just got home. He left me on red again.
Come on, Jalen, you can play the game a little.
And then I was like, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? I just got home though. I'm putting away groceries. And he just replied, okay, stop texting me.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
My sister sent me that trend the other day.
Did you?
There's one of those videos has gone massively viral,
Yeah.
right? It's really funny where the brother at the end is like WTF, right? So my sister sends this to me and I was like, just don't. Like, I didn't want her to don't because I know she'll text me and I'll just be like, I'll ignore it right away. It won't have a good output, especially,
Sure.
Which sounds terrible right now because what's she going to say? Hey, just pack the car because we're evacuating.
I know.
Hey, house burning down.
You would definitely want to respond.
Right, I know. So just don't start that trend with me.
This would backfire on me because my brother, that's what he texted me. His random
Just
updates
random
about
updates?
nothing. Going to clean out the grill. Okay. So it would be, maybe he's been doing it for me, to me for years now.
Maybe he was the originator of the trend.
He's playing a long game.
But yeah, I still haven't told my brother that I was a part of the trend. He just thinks I was like being really annoying and updating him, but whatever.
So the text line, when you text us, you text JJR and then whatever you want to say to 96893. and there's a text from a 480 number that says, John, Jane, Rich, how is it that you all skipped over how Fish, Kyle's husband, feels about a mattress in the house that Kyle may have Maroon 5'd on?
Oh, I thought about it and figured that wasn't a question I was going to ask.
There was no Maroon 5ing happen on that bed. It was in a guest room. He doesn't care. He's like, oh, great. Now we don't have to buy a new bed.
Yeah.
You mean you Maroon 5'd? He went back to your house?
No, that's what I'm saying. There was no.
Oh, you said
none
guest
of that.
bedroom. So I thought you went to guest
The,
bedroom.
the bed was in a guest bedroom, which is why Scott didn't care, because it was like when I lived in that house with said boyfriend, like we didn't sleep on that bed. It wasn't like the guy slept in that bed.
Oh,
Does that
I
make
took
sense?
it.
So he doesn't care if we have that bed.
I took the message was about you hooking up with Adam Levine.
I thought that was just a phrase they were using.
Well, either way, I'd like to know, is that not where you, I forgot where you hooked up with Adam
No,
Levine?
that was his hotel room. It was fine.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I wanted to hear.
That's fine. But that is cool though that like Fish is like down and chill with that, because when me and my ex broke up and I still had the same bed, she made me sell it and get a new bed.
Well, because it wasn't the bed that you had used with that person. I could see if it was like...
Nobody wants that.
If I had used it with that person, then I could see it being really tender.
true.
And it was like...
I think it
never used for
depends.
that.
If it's a great, comfortable bed.
It is a great bed.
Yeah,
It's the best bed I've ever slept in. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
All right. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning.
You are playing for Justin Timberlake tickets.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
And we are going to play Pop 10.
It's time for Pop 10.
In this game, your creativity gives you as many points as your creativity gives you, which means the sky's the limit, okay? So, Aaron, I know Justin Timberlake tickets on the line. This is a big deal, so just get your brain moving. We're going to wake you up by having John Jay, Rich, and Peyton go in front of you so you can get an idea of how the game is played. John Jay, look, we want to be super topical with our games this year, right? And Grant had this idea yesterday, and I couldn't ignore it. I just couldn't ignore it.
Oh,
So, because we want to be super topical, there's 10 seconds on the clock for you, John Jay, to name as many topical lotions or ointments as you can. On your mark. It's amazing, actually. Get set. Go.
Nivea. Copper Tone. The eczema one. Vaseline.
It's a great movie. Eczema one.
What's the one? What's the one? I see it all the time. She always just, can you give me the
Jergens?
No.
Neosporin.
No, give me another one.
Yes, Aaron.
Eucerin, that one. She always has to get the Eucerin.
Okay, from here on out, the Pop 10 questions will be more Pop 10-y. Rich, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet shared a big kiss recently at the Golden Globe. So, Rich, you've got 10 seconds to name as many people that you can who have dated a Kardashian. And go.
Chris Humphries, Reggie. the running back. Yeah, Reggie Bush. Scott Disick.
Travis Barker.
Travis Barker.
Yes, Aaron's ready. Aaron is raring to
Pete
go.
Davidson.
You're almost up, Aaron.
Tom Holland.
Yeah, I know. The list goes on
That's
and on.
that's a big list.
Peyton, we're going to you next. Flavor Flav says he wants to be buried with his signature clocks. So, Peyton, 10 seconds is on the clock right now for you to name as many unique things you could be buried with. Go.
A jar of pickles, your left shoe, shorts from the 4th grade, a Ninja Turtle shirt, a Hot Wheels shirt that glows in the dark. It's yellow.
Like how specific you were.
I was just breaking down my first day of school.
It's really good visual. Okay, Aaron. Peyton so far is in the lead with 5, and I think you can crush that right now. London was actually named the top destination for travel this year. Aaron, you've got 10 seconds on the clock. Please name as many destinations as you can that would be better to travel to than London. Go.
Paris, France. Dublin, Ireland. Old San Juan, Puerto Rico. New York City. Well, maybe that's not better than London, but Cork, Ireland.
Okay, your time is up. You did great. You did great. Technically, you tied with Peyton, but we've got one more round, so you can take the lead at that point. John Jay, back to you. Jimmy Carter's funeral was yesterday. John Jay, you have 10 seconds to name as many past United States presidents as you can.
I wish I knew the song.
Sorry, okay, on your mark, get set, go.
George Washington, Lincoln, Bush, Ford, Bush, Trump, Obama, Biden, Nixon, Woodrow,
That was
Wilson.
pretty good. That was really a good. I mean, I don't think I could have made that. So great job. Rich, Uber announced they're giving a month of free rides to teens who failed their driver's license test. So, Rich, you've got 10 seconds to name as many things as you can that you would rather have than free rides from Uber if you failed your driver's test. On your mark, get set, go.
Free fries from McDonald's, free swig. Let's see, a free ride on an airplane. Getting into a restaurant for free. Getting into a club.
Can't count that one, but good try. That was a good round. John Jay in the lead so far. Peyton. Lake Superior University released its annual list of banned words. You've got 10 seconds to name words you are so sick of you think they should be banned. On your mark, get set, and go.
The name Grant and Min, Stanley. It's too hot in here. I don't know. That's a hard question.
Sorry, I thought you would nail it. I thought you would nail it.
No, bro. I like bro though, Aaron. All of the things that I could say, like I thought totes and memes and bro, but I love all those words. I love them.
Okay, Aaron, you got a really good shot at beating John Jay right now because he is the one to beat. Betty Crocker announced they are releasing Bridgerton-themed baking kits. 10 seconds on the clock right now, Aaron, for you to name as many things as you can that you can bake. Ready? Go.
Apple pies, cookies, croissants, biscuits, pies, lasagnas, pastas, big ziti.
Yeah. Okay, this is amazing. This is actually amazing. So John Jay had 12 points. Aaron, you got 13 points. You're the winner! Justin Timberlake.
All right, you're going to go see Justin Timberlake. Hold on the line, Aaron. Thanks for playing. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
By the way, when you're talking about locations to go on vacation better in London, you know what's been on my mind is that whatever town that is in Bad Sisters, seems like the coolest little town.
Oh, their little Ireland town,
Yeah.
wherever that is.
I
It
don't know
looks
if they
really pretty.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever say where it is, but it's like they all have these houses on the beach. I mean, it looks cold all the
But
time.
I was just going to say, but is this just me or does
Yeah.
the weather always look crappy?
But it makes me want to go to Ireland. I've never really been to Ireland or had any desire to go to Ireland or anywhere outside of this area.
I know this is a surprising thing coming
Like,
from
if I
you.
could just go there. Do you know what I mean?
You can.
No, but I mean,
Like,
like,
you could just transport. Yes.
like that.
Yes.
I don't want to go there.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
There's an efficient way to get caught up on a lot of news. It's called The 7 from The Washington Post. It's a newsletter and podcast. Whether you're reading or hit play, you get 7 stories you need to know, and you can consume it all in just a few minutes. The 7 is out every weekday morning by 7 a.m. Eastern. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'm one of the writers, and I host the show. Find The 7 podcast wherever you're listening. The newsletter link is waiting for you in the show notes.
John, Jay, and Rich.
We are like a whole vibe.
You guys see Rich's haircut today?
Yes, I did.
Short, really short.
I like it.
Do you want me to
High
get the
and
guy?
tight.
Want me to get him?
is most of my hair is beginning a mass exodus from my cranium. I figured I just got to keep up with the hair loss.
It's so short.
It's super short.
It's one of the shortest haircuts I think you ever had. You
For
look like
sure.
an extra in Mad Men. Short. It's John, Jane, Rich, Kiss FM. Kyle, what are 3 things we need to know today?
So Lake Superior State University has been doing something for the last 50 years. Every year, they take the year's most overused, misused, and just plain annoying words that have wormed their way into our common use vocabulary, and they call it their annual list of banned words we just shouldn't use anymore. The words they decided are banned are cringe, game changer, era, dropped, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know, Bob.
Sorry, not sorry. And sorry about this one, Gen Alpha. Skibbity. 100% utilize and period.
The only ones from that whatever list would be Skibbity. I like all the other ones. And if you know, you know is one of my favorites.
Well, you don't like Skibbity because it's not your generation.
Exactly. I don't get it. So
I love the reaction I get from my kids when I use Skibbity.
They just
They're like, bro,
they cringe.
Stop. They cringe.
Oh, cringe is on the list.
They're about to drop you as their dad.
There is a word that they use that I use, and I've used it wrong, and I don't want to say what it is. I think it's a bad word.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but let me spell it out. Let me see.
Oh my
Tell me
gosh.
it's a
I was
bad
like,
word.
don't say it then.
Yeah, there's one that my high school girls use.
I am it too.
Okay, I am it to me. And they like call like all their little boyfriends their huzz, like HUZZ. And like one of our girls airballed a free throw in the game and they were like airballing in front of the huzz. Come on now.
Okay, look at the word I am, Jude. Tell me.
Okay, let's see. Oh, no.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
What's it mean?
Like it's like big booty. Gat.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
oh, yeah, we've talked about
gat.
Okay.
And they actually
Well,
spell like
the way my kids use it a little
it's like
differently.
GYAT.
Right.
Like, yeah, look at that gat over there.
Yeah, you're okay. You're good.
You're good. Yeah.
That was a tense moment.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Yeah.
So fans are eagerly awaiting season 4 of Bridgerton. Supposedly season 4 is going to center around the family's second oldest brother, Benedict, and his love story. And in honor of that, Betty Crocker is also sharing the excitement. In fact, they decided to release 3 baking mixes inspired by the show. In fact, they're actually called Bridgerton baking kits. There's a drama-themed cream puff kit, a petite sponge cake kit, and a petite strawberry scone kit. They're at Walmart for only $7. So this would be great. I know a lot of people do like Bridgerton watch parties, so you could have the official Bridgerton cakes.
A petite sponge cake sounds delightful, doesn't it?
And it does sound very Bridgerton, absolutely. So they say if you want a happy life, it's happy life or happy wife, happy life, right? Mm-hmm. But that may not always be the case. They found in research, doesn't matter how happy the wife is, it matters how much she's making. Because they found men tend to get sad when their wives earn more than them. So even if their wife's really happy and they're a breadwinner and all the things, the men actually get like have more susceptible to mental health issues. Both members of the couple, but this happens, it can happen more with men. Sometimes it happens in women, but yeah, so it doesn't necessarily matter how happy the wife is.
Can you talk to anybody that I could think of? Hey, would you be okay if your spouse made more than you? They'd be like, yeah, that'd be awesome.
They may think that, but apparently when you get in that situation, society has made it feel like the man has to provide and this and that, and so it affects the men.
Because men are hunters and gatherers.
You're not a hunter or a gatherer.
No. That's why I'd be totally fine with.
You're a
like,
awkward walker and a ticket napper.
Chubby javelina.
That's 3 things you need to know.
I'm the chubby javelina. Kyle's the white fox.
It's stupid.
You're really leaning into that. Wait,
I can't help it. Kyle's wearing a brand of clothes that says white fox.
That's the brand.
Yeah, it's like a super actually like popular trending brand right now.
Right. But to me, first time I saw it, I thought it looked like she has it. Like, hey, by the way,
she's a white
I'm
fox.
sending a message out to everyone.
Yeah, John goes, you're so conceited wearing that.
Like you're calling yourself Foxy.
Yeah.
Okay.
White fox.
Like that's my nickname, the White Fox.
I kind of like it.
I know, so do I. What's the white fox doing today?
And then you got to have like the "What did the fox say" music behind you everywhere you go. Yes.
Anyway,
We have fun. We have fun here.
Did you make that shirt with your cricket?
No.
I'm like, that's a popular, really popular brand right
guys.
now. Like, you walk onto any high school campus and there's like 25 kids wearing that.
Live in the now, guys.
But I saw she's not going to the airport today. She's walking. Excuse me, White Fox. Let me through security.
Don't need TSA when you're the White Fox.
By the way, isn't your daytimer some sort of Fox thing too?
Yeah, it's
What's that called?
I think it's the Foxy Planner or the.
You're just a little fox, aren't you? You're all about the fox.
I guess 2025 is the year of the fox for me.
Wow.
Broadcasting live across the world right now. This is the John, Jay, and Rich radio program.
Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs. What does that even cost?
While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you.
Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit SCEducationLottery.com.